I don't know where you've been, but you're gonna respect this courtroom. My life has proven that it's not about where you come from, it's about where you're going. From a jailed youth who had my record expunged to becoming the youngest judge elected.
The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding.
In just 15 years. Ma'am, let me know when you want to go to rehab. Otherwise, I think you're a crackhead.
Absolutely not.
My goal is to inspire others to overcome their obstacles. You don't need him and his little raggedy roommate.
Thank you.
All while having a little fun on Mathis Court. You look like you're ready to lie right the first word out your mouth. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Danielle Watson is suing Anastasia Sazonova in the amount of $1,142.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may be seated.
Ms. Watson claims she was forced to cover for a coworker who abruptly quit and says she lost a deposit on her vacation.
State your name.
Danielle Watson.
Ma'am.
Anastasia Sazonova.
All right, and you are suing the defendant for $1,142, alleging your coworker owes you this money for ruining your birthday vacation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Start with you.
So I met Anna in high school. We were automatically inseparable. Like when you seen me, you seen her. That was my girl. So after we graduated, I went to college. I was in school for business, and I just decided that like I was broke, I needed some money. And I remember that she was like, well, I got a job at this car dealership, so if you want a job, like just let me know. I ended up reaching out to her.
How long had you been in college before you dropped out?
2 years.
Okay.
So during my second year, I decided.
Dropped out for 2 years, after 2 years to get more money, you say?
Yeah, I just needed the money. School was really weighing down on me, and I was like,
what was
I'm broke.
weighing down on you?
School.
Okay. Financially?
Definitely.
You didn't have any support?
I didn't have any support, Your Honor.
And you didn't want to take loans?
No.
Because you didn't think you'd finish to pay them back?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, if you didn't think you were going to finish and wouldn't pay them back, then you did right. Don't take a loan if you're not confident in yourself. Only take a loan if you're confident that you're going to finish.
Right.
Because if you finish, you'll be able to get an income more than you would had you not been to college, and you could pay the loans back. And then after a few years, you have that high income and you don't owe any more loans. And the rest of your life is fine after that 5 or 10 year sacrifice. But you couldn't wait. You had to have your money now.
Yeah,
I need my ends. So I'm going to go take this little bitty job.
Exactly. And
Okay,
I did what I had to do.
I got you.
Yeah, so I got hired.
You could have taken a loan. You decided you didn't want to do that.
I decided I wanted the money, and I knew I was going to pay it back. So I was like, let me get this job.
Now you're in here. About suing about money.
Right.
So it didn't work out.
Not quite how I thought.
Correct. Go ahead.
So once I got hired, everybody there loved me. I was the energy. I brought the energy, the good vibes.
What'd you do?
I started off as a receptionist, and then I quickly got promoted
What
to
were you majoring in?
business.
And what were you going to do with your business degree?
I was going to do business marketing.
Oh, okay. So you quit to be a receptionist. All right, go ahead.
So I was quickly promoted to a hiring manager, and I pretty much loved my position. I was making good money. I was able to get my own apartment.
How long after starting as a receptionist?
6 months.
6 months later, you were promoted?
Yes.
What do you think would happen if you'd had a degree, as good a worker as you are? You'd have been promoted 3 times higher than you were. Go ahead.
So once I was promoted, I noticed that things with me and my best friend started to get a little shaky. Her attitude towards me was a little different. My direct supervisor also noticed it. He was saying she was lazy. She wasn't doing her job, but I literally fought tooth and nail for this girl to keep her job because I'm like, she got me the job. I don't want to see her sink underwater. And
you say you fought for her.
I did.
Okay.
She got me the job. I felt like it was right that I stood up for her, and I was like, no, she's showing improvement. Maybe she's just going through something. So he decided to keep her on the team.
Okay, he didn't fire her.
No, he did not.
You stuck up for her.
Yes.
Good.
So Tuesday, before I leave for my weekend trip, I'm like, girl, let's go grab drinks. She's like, yeah, I'm down. We're turning up, we're drinking. Next thing you know, she gets in this Debbie Downer mood. And she's like, oh, I just can't stand this job anymore. So I make a joke, and I'm like, why don't you just hit them with the Irish goodbye? Chuck up the deuces. Don't say bye to anybody, just leave.
Exactly what you suggested, and now you're suing
It was
me
a joke.
for it.
Anybody with
I
common
know
sense
she
would
didn't
not
leave
just.
her job because you
Because if I tell you to break your leg, what you
Don't
gonna do?
tell me
Snap
that.
it in
You're
half?
not finna tell. You're not about to tell me that.
Your Honor, I go to work the next day. Her chair is empty. I'm like, okay, where's she at? Where's my bestie at? They're like, oh, she quit. So at this point, I'm looking for the cameras.
Coming up on Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
She was sucking up to our boss. She was being so nice. She was telling all the good things to our boss. She was the perfect golden girl. Within a month, she became like the favorite.
And later,
I purchased a vehicle for my brother here, a used 2010 Subaru Forester, which agreed to work for me for 13 weekends. He only worked 9 weekends, and then I fired him because he kept calling off.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Danielle Watson, who was suing Anastasia Sazonova for $1,142.
Ma'am, why you quit your job?
She did.
Why?
I asked her if I can vent, and she said, okay, tell me what's on your mind. And I said, you know, I'm feeling really down and feeling underappreciated at this job, and I feel like I'm having mental breakdowns night over night, and I don't feel like something is right. And she tells me, why don't you quit then? And I went home that night, and I started thinking about it, and I was like, okay, this is a good advice, actually. And I was having a really hard time that night, and this advice really got into my head, and I decided that this is the time for me to stand up for myself and to really take care of for myself.
All right. And your observation as a worker, you think she was a good worker?
As someone that was working with her, taking myself outside of being her best friend, she was lazy. She didn't want to do anything, which I just couldn't understand. We're here to work. Let's just get it done.
All right, let me hear from you, ma'am. She says you weren't a good worker, and however, the boss kept you anyhow.
This
You
is
tell
the
me
first
about
time
your
I'm
work
hearing it.
experience then.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I'm being sued by my ex-best friend, Danny. I got her the job after a year of working in the car dealership because she told me she was looking for a job and she quit college. Same as I did. We were best friends and we were like two peas in a pod. And I got her the job and she became a receptionist with me, but within 6 months she got promoted and it made me feel really unappreciated at my job. And she was
Why do you
acting,
think they promoted her over you?
to be honest, I think she was acting like a two-faced person.
I worked harder than you.
Pardon me?
I worked harder than her.
You were a
Let her,
suck up.
let her tell me, ma'am.
She was sucking up to our boss. She was being so nice. She was telling all the good things to our boss. She was the perfect golden girl. Within a month, she became like the favorite within our
Nothing
dealership.
illegal, immoral, or unethical, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why?
And I felt like I was just there for...
But you think that's why she passed you over? Because of the things you just said, sucking up to the boss.
She was
being
definitely
so
sucking
nice.
up. She was sucking up to the boss, but behind the closed doors, when we were out getting drinks at a bar, she would always complain about her job and talking
All
bad
right,
things
but I'm
about her
getting
boss.
on the point of why she was promoted over you, and you just told me why, and that leads me into something I was going to say anyhow to young adults and adults, full adults, that yes, the ways of success in the workplace are, one, preparation. You got to be prepared for the promotion and qualified and prepared. If the boss thinks you're lazy, you're not prepared.
I wasn't lazy, Your Honor. I struggle with mental health and the environment that I was working at, dealing with phone calls,
All
with
right,
people
did you
yelling
tell
at
them
me.
you were suffering mental health?
I did.
No, she did not, Your Honor.
I did.
She never
And what,
expressed
hold
that.
on, and who did you tell?
I tried to keep it to myself
Okay,
because
so you didn't tell.
I thought it might
No,
affect.
you didn't tell anybody on the job?
I didn't.
You told me you did, so you lied. All right, so got you in one lie. Let's get to why you're suing her for the birthday vacation.
Yes. So due to her quitting, I had to pick up the slack of her work as well as mine. I was working so much overtime because we were understaffed, which she definitely knew about. So when Thursday comes around, they're like, well, your vacation is denied. We can't give you the time
Whose
off because
vacation?
we need you here, mine. So they couldn't give me the time off because I had to do her job as well as mine.
You didn't apply for it before?
I did.
Before she quit?
I did.
You applied?
Yes, and there was a waiting period of whether it's
How
approved or
long?
denied. About 2 weeks.
2 weeks before they approve a vacation?
Yes.
And you're in human resources.
Yes, and
Can you
I
speed it up any quicker?
honestly,
Go ahead.
I honestly assumed that they were going to approve it. I mean, I didn't see a reason not to approve it. I had no idea that she was going to quit on me like that. So once
And
she
everything
quit,
you're saying is what we call in the law foreseeable. And you're right. None of that was foreseeable.
Yes.
And in order for her to be negligent, it would have to be foreseeable to her that you would not get approval in time for you to go. All she's done is quit her job. She ain't got nothing else to do with you.
And now
she
I'm
ain't got
getting
nothing else to
sued
do
for
with
my
you not
mistake.
getting your vacation request in time.
Right, Your
Sue
Honor.
them. Sue the boss.
That's exactly
the one
what
that
I'm
likes
trying
you
to
so
say.
much.
That's exactly my point, Your Honor.
You don't have no
because
point. You should have went and gotten treatment. I don't want to be tough on you because you obviously still need some. And I want to ask you, are you pledging to get some treatment? That's what I want to know. You going to get some treatment?
I would like to, yes.
All right. You going to let us help you?
Yeah.
All right. Greg, good. Give her a hand. You don't have these people in here clapping for you and then you don't go and we hear something else because we're going to get a check up on you. I'm going to check up on you. Her quitting her job was not foreseeable that you would lose your vacation, ma'am. Have a good day. Your claim's dismissed.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
Any last words for each other?
Honestly, sometimes your best friend could be your worst enemy.
Exactly. That really feels like a stab in the back from your best friend to be sued over something like this.
Coming up,
They asked for weekends off on last minute. How am I supposed to run a successful business if everyone, even my own family, is bailing out on me? So I'm here because I feel like I'm getting unfair treatment. It's taking a toll on me.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
closed captioning provided by Next Time on Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
I struggle with mental health and the environment that I was working at, dealing with phone calls,
All right.
people
Did you
yelling
tell
at
him you
me.
were suffering mental health?
I did.
No, she did not, Your
I
Honor.
did.
She never
And what?
expressed that.
Hold on. And who did you tell?
I tried to keep it to myself
Okay,
because
so you didn't tell.
I thought it might
No,
affect.
you didn't tell anybody on the job?
I didn't.
You told me you did, so you lied. All right. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Juan Alvarez is suing David Rodriguez in the amount of $1,813. Mr. Alvarez claims his brother agreed to work at his taco stand in exchange for a vehicle and says his sibling is unreliable and didn't keep his end of the bargain.
State your name,
My name is Juan Alvarez.
sir.
My name is David Rodriguez.
All right, and sir, you're suing the defendant for $1,813, alleging he owes you this money, your brother, for a loan that you made.
Yes,
Correct?
Your Honor.
Start with you.
Yes, Your Honor. So I'm a hardworking entrepreneur, Your Honor. I spent 5 years of blood, sweat, and tears working on this restaurant. I started at 13 years old working with my grandfather selling tacos. I opened up my own taco stand.
Good.
However, with this taco restaurant, I did build a stable foundation for my family. Now, with that, unfortunately, responsibilities come in the way. They want to go on vacations. They want their hours right. I hired my brother. I hired two of my uncles. I hired my sister. Everyone became an employee in the family, and I feel like I'm the leg that everyone stands on. Now, everyone sees
That's
me
a good thing if they don't abuse it, though. Go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah, definitely. Except they do abuse it. They do ask for the days off. They ask for weekends off on last minute. How am I supposed to run a successful business if everyone, even my own family, is bailing out on me? I purchased a vehicle for my brother here, a used 2010 Subaru Forester, which was paid for $5,600. He agreed to work for me for 13 weekends. He only worked 9 weekends, and then I fired him because he kept calling off. But I still feel like he owes me the 18.
You
13.
purchased it first, and the agreement was that he would work 13 straight weekends?
Yes, sir.
You remember the approximate starting week?
No, I do not remember the starting week. However, we do have an agreement of 13 weekends. He only worked 9 weeks. He owes $1,813.
Sir?
Well, thank you for giving me a chance to defend myself from my brother. I'm 24 years old. I'm a young father of 2 boys. I have been spending more time with my kids, and it's been hard to because he doesn't respect the days that I ask to be off and to spend with the kids. Days like their birthdays and football practices.
What are you talking about? What job is going to respect that? What are you talking about? What boss do you think you can walk up to and say, boss, I need the day off. It's my child's birthday.
Coming up,
He was the one that made the initial choice to lay me off of a couple weekends.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Juan Alvarez, who is suing David Rodriguez for breach of contract.
Yes, sir. What about this loan? You don't think about that? What do you think of the $5,000 or the loan he gave you?
Well, originally we had planned to work 13 consecutive weeks, but then he was the one that made the initial choice to lay me off of a couple weekends, and then I wasn't
Why
able
did he
to.
say he was laying you off?
Because there were weekends off when he would ask me not to come in because he was overstaffed or for whatever reason, and then, well,
You asked him not to come in for some of those 13 weekends because you were overstaffed?
Yes, Your Honor. Also, sometimes business is slow, so I had to pull his hours.
So that didn't give me the chance to work my 13 consecutive weekends.
Right, you had a chance to be with your kids, remember? You wanted your time, you were already asking for time, you had all the time you needed on those weekends that he pulled you. That should have been just when you wanted to go to the games. So that should have been a welcome reprieve from work that weekend, and I'll catch back up whenever he needs me. Instead, you're trying to use that as a way of escaping repayment, instead of using it as the gift that it is that addresses your biggest concerns. Your biggest concern, sounds like to me, should be spending time with your kids. Understood. And he gave you that opportunity. You think everything's about you. And when you owe people money, you think it's about them. When everything is about you, what do you mean respect what? Respect you doing what again?
Trying to build my family, trying to have time for my family.
How will Judge Mathis rule? Find out when Mathis Court returns.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. So if you had a grocery market on the corner and the grocer gave you credit all month and you had to pay him the first of every month, and that was your agreement and that's what you all were doing for a while. Suddenly he takes a vacation. You don't think you owe him anymore? You don't think you ever have to pay him that money because you weren't there on the first like we usually pay, like I usually pay you my debt. You weren't there to accept the money of my debt that one day, so I never owe you again. That's what you think? Okay, yeah, you don't think right. Judgment for the plaintiff, $1,813. He still owed the money. Your terms of payment, which was out of your generosity,
Yes, sir.
ended. That term of payment ended, but the debt did not end. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $1,813.
Hey man, an agreement's an agreement. 1800's 1800.
I'm not paying your money, bro.
Yeah, we have to pay that. 1813.
Head this way.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.